It is time for the big board presented by Bet365. It's great to see Blake Murphy. And as bullpens go, only the Los Angeles Dodgers have more swing and miss than the Blue Jays right now. And one of the critical contributors is Yariel Rodriguez. Does he seem really well suited to this role?
He does. He's embracing it. It's something he did a little bit of in Japan, maybe not in the ninth inning, but in some leverage spots, in some multi-inning spots. And the last 5 appearances for Rodriguez, he really seems to have found it. We talk often when a starter goes to the bullpen about letting your best pitches play up. And I think we often think about the fastball velocity. And it's true. Yariel Rodriguez is throwing the fastball harder. But to me, this is all about the slider. Over those last 5 games, he's thrown it almost 50% of the time. Against righties, he's going fastball slider. Lefties are still seeing the splitter a little bit, but he's ditched the curve and the sinker. That slider, not only is he throwing it more, but the swing and miss rate on it has gone from 34% to 52% during this stretch. So really throwing it well. And what Yariel is doing reflects a league-wide trend where over the last decade or so, we've seen relief pitchers throw fewer and fewer fastballs. That used to be up around 40% of four-seamers. Now it's down around 30%. If we include sinkers and cutters, we see that same trend. Guys are throwing it a little bit harder, but when we talk about maximizing your best pitch, it's usually your best swing and miss pitch, not necessarily the fastball.
Once the game gets underway, you're going to hear Dan and Buck raving about the production right now of Javier Baez. Is it sustainable?
It's not. It's really, really fun. Love a comeback story like this. A guy who was buried the last 2 years, one of the worst hitters who was a regular over 2023 and 2024. So this is really fun. However, Javier Baez is still Javier Baez. And when we look under the hood, these are percentile ranks, not his overall ranking. You want to be in the 90th percentile, not the 4th percentile. What this tells us is that Javier Baez is still swinging at a lot of stuff out of the zone, still swinging and missing a lot, and he's gotten a little bit lucky when it comes to the actual results versus what we would expect. Now, sometimes these luck metrics, what does that mean? What does that look like? Here's an example of what getting lucky can look like for Javier Baez.
That ball's hit high in the air, deep to left field. DeZenzo on the warning track will watch it go into the Crawford boxes. That's a grand slam for Javi Baez on a 1-2 pitch.
Ball only went 350 feet. As much as the Crawford box give the Astros, it can take as well.
You heard it there. It's only 350 feet. That's a slider that's well out of the zone, so he's chasing there. In 26 ballparks, that's a third out, barely at the warning track. Now, they don't take that off the board. They don't take the 2-3 run home runs off the board against the Red Sox. You bank those. That's awesome. It's a fun story. But if I'm a fantasy player, if I am scouting the Tigers for this series and moving forward, probably not buying all the way in on this.
I see where you're going on that. Great stuff. Wonderful insight. That is Blake Murphy, and that is the big board presented by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Coming up in about a half an hour.